Today I'm going to teach you how to make Chicago Italian beef sandwiches. This hearty sandwich is guaranteed to fill up any hungry guest. Hi, I'm Caitlin with Cooking with Caitlin, and today we are at Finley Market in Cincinnati, Ohio. A great topper for your Chicago Italian beef are these hot or mild giardiniera. You can find it in the international aisle in the Italian section of your grocery store. It adds great saltiness and heat to pastas, and it goes wonderfully on all sandwiches. Let's get cooking. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and welcome to Cooking with Caitlin. Today I'm going to teach you the best recipe I got out of Chicago, the Chicago Italian beef sandwich. For this recipe, you need just a few ingredients: beef broth, some Italian seasonings, crushed red pepper flakes, rare roast beef, some mozzarella, a baguette, and hot giardiniera as a topping. First step, you want to grab a big sauce pot and pour in your beef broth and 2 tablespoons of dried Italian seasoning. If you don't have dried Italian seasonings, you can always do a tablespoon of dried basil and a tablespoon of dried oregano. And then 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flake, depending on how hot you like it. I always like to add my herbs and spices to cold broth and then bring it up to a boil. That way, when the stock starts to boil, it'll begin to steep, so there'll be more flavor in the stock. Once everything's combined, you want to bring it up to high heat. You want to make sure that this comes to a boil. While we're waiting for the stock to come to a boil, we can start to prepare the actual sandwich portion. I always do this on a baguette. You want to cut it lengthwise without cutting it completely through. There you go. And then just fold it open like this to the best of your abilities. Once your bread is folded open, you want to shingle your favorite cheese. You can choose between mozzarella or provolone. Both of them are very mild. Once your stock is to a complete boil, you can add your rare roast beef to this. You want to add it one at a time so that the meat doesn't stick together. You want to always use rare roast beef with this recipe. The reason being, it will finish cooking within the broth, so it'll have tons of flavor. You can always find rare roast beef at the deli counter. You just have to ask for it. You only have to let the beef cook for a minute or 2. You just want it to be completely brown and full of flavor. And finally, your last step is just to fold open the bread with the cheese and put your beef inside. Now to serve, you just want to slice the baguette into as big of slices as you want. I would say it fits about 6 sandwiches. And then, right after you cut it, you want to dip the spine of the bread into the broth. And finally, to serve, I would recommend topping with sauteed peppers and onions or with hot giardiniera, which is simply just hot pickled vegetables. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Cooking with Caitlin. For more recipes that'll make a man melt, please check out cookingwithcaitlin.com.